The Why Golf podcast is brought to you by Skyscanner, the ultimate travel hack that searches billions of prices on flights, hotels and cars, so you can feel confident you'll always find an amazing deal.
Welcome back to Why Golf and the second episode of our special two-parter from the 2024 Alfred Dunhill Links Championship.
We have made our way to Kingsbarns Golf Club, which is one of the most iconic courses in Scotland. And of course, one of the three that the pros and amateurs played this week at the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship. I've managed to find my way to the short game area and the range. Let's go and find out how some of the players are feeling ahead of the championship. Here on the driving range at Kingsbarns, and really delighted to catch up with Branden Grace. Won it in 2012. Branden, he had a round of 60 here at Kingsbarns. Are you going to do it again this year?
We hope so.
Yes.
Yeah, like I just said, it's 12 years ago. It feels like a lifetime ago, but it's great. Listen, it's always nice to be back here. I missed it last year. My son was being born, so we stayed back in the US. And but it's nice. Thank you. It's great to be back. I love links golf. I love this place. Obviously, like you said, I've got fond memories around here and the other courses, and just what an event to come back to.
Yeah, can you remember exactly winning the when you won in 2012?
Yeah, I can. Obviously, dreams start coming up here and shooting 60. That kickstarts the whole week. And
were you checking your scorecard, or
I knew what I was going, and then I was so excited. I got to 18. I actually finished on 9, and I was like, it's a par 5, so if I get an eagle, it's going to be 59. And I was just a little unfortunate. The wind was going in, so I couldn't quite get there. But I think I had like 60 left for my third, and managed to hit it to about a foot. And it was like, that was as close as I got to the 59, but it was great. And then, obviously with the hype and all the confidence of the 60, I went to Carnoustie, shot 6 under. And so then, you kind of get the feeling like the hard one is out of the way.
Yeah.
Now you need to push on. And then it was good to play 2 rounds in a row in St Andrews and played good and, managed to win by 1. So
great scores.
What a great
place. Great scores. Yeah, there's such a special feel for people that haven't been to this part of the world. What is that feeling when you arrive here?
It's just, for me, it starts when you're a couple miles out of St Andrews and you get there and you start seeing all the buildings and the big clock there and things like that, and then you start seeing the golf course, and then it hits you. You've arrived, to the home of golf, and then you see the golf course, Wilkin Bridge, and all that sort of stuff, and then it gets special and a lot of history and that sort of thing, and but all these courses are just such immaculate golf courses to play. Carnoustie, we all know it as Carnoustie, and
yes,
it's brutal on a bad day, and but don't get me wrong, everybody says this is one of the easier ones, the Kingsbarns, but when the wind gets up here, it is quite tricky. One thing I hate about this place is it's always crosswinds. It's never really down or in, so it always gets you on the sides. But it's great, it's just such an amazing event, and we have a great time with all the amateurs as well. We don't get to do it often, so it's nice to see everybody.
It really is. Can you just explain to all our listeners on the podcast and also our viewers the format of this? You play with an amateur for the 3 days, hopefully 4 days.
Yeah. So you're in a group of 4 pros, 4 amateurs, and so you play obviously 3 rounds, and then there's a cut, and then you play the Sunday. So you get to play with a different amateur every day, and then the Sunday there's a cut, a redraw, and that sort of thing, and then obviously go for it on the Sunday.
Have you ever made the cut with your playing partner, but not yourself? I don't think.
No, I haven't.
You've always made the cut.
I've always made the cut.
You're really
if I've
good.
made the cut with an amateur, that's been the way as well. Yeah.
Because that would be a different feeling, wouldn't it? But you play the old course, Kingsbarns, Carnoustie, and then it's the old course on the Sunday.
Yes.
It's fabulous here. When you go around the old town here, do you ever buy any sort of souvenirs? Because I've been around this morning and bought some shortbread and little things for my kids.
No, I don't really.
Or do you have time? You don't really have time.
Yeah, we don't have time. But listen, we always make time to go walk. We always try to go into town to get to the restaurants and some great food and some great places around here. But one of the things I always like to see, when I played the Open here a couple of years ago, and we had there's a big butchery in town.
Yes.
So he was like giving us meat the whole week, and he was like, whatever you want, you get. Right, and so at the end of the week we gave him my golf bag, so he still has the golf bag in the window,
That's amazing.
So that's a cool little story, but it's
just
such a great place.
So you can still see it now.
You can still see it now. It's a great
Which
place.
store is it?
One of the butchers. I don't know the butcher's name.
Okay,
but
I'm going to find
it's
it.
one of the butchers. Yeah. So, but it's just they're happy to see you. It's a great
golfing fans, aren't they?
And it's just such a great place. It honestly is.
Well, it's really good to see you here, Branden, and obviously you play your golf on the Live Tour. How's it going? How's life?
Yeah, it's great. It's good. It's very different. But it's great. We're making the most out of it, and it's getting stronger. There's a lot of guys coming over, as you guys have seen with John and Cam Smith and Louis and all those guys. So competition is strong, and it's nice to be back here as well. It's nice to have an event like this where you can come back to and play and really see the other faces that you spend your whole life with.
Yeah, you're such a friendly character. Is it a friendly environment when you come back and play in these?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, we haven't been back to the PGA, but back here in Europe, the guys are, they're always friendly, always nice to see you. I think everybody's getting over the thing as well, which is good. Golf needs to get back to that place where everybody is getting along and gets to play where they want to play and that sort of stuff. But I think it's after all of this, it's been a big positive. So so I'm glad to see things are changing.
Tell us about your team, your South African team on the Live Tour.
Yes.
Who does it comprise of?
So obviously Louis, we part of Stinger GC. Louis is the captain. Charles,
Stinger GC.
Yes, Charles, myself, and Dean is on the team. It's great. We feel like a family out there. We're 4 good mates, and it's nice to be a part of something like that and go through it with special people like that. And then when you play well, the whole everybody gets behind you. The whole South Africa is behind us. It's amazing. They've
I was going to
really
say, what's the
behind
reception
us.
been like from South
loved
Africa?
It. They everybody's just begging us to get an event to South Africa. So
really,
hopefully that can happen in the next couple of seasons.
It's a lot of travel, isn't it?
It is, but it's good. We play less. We only play 14 events. We obviously get to play events like this and a couple in South Africa during the year as well, which is great. And but we do some bigger trips now. It's not just playing on the PGA Tour and you do your normal, state to state type of thing and that sort of thing. So we have a few more trips to overseas venues like Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, those sort of things. But they plan it quite good that you do 2 of those weeks in a row, so that you're kind of there. It's not back and forth all the time.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, our podcast is called Why Golf, Branden. And just really quickly, when did you start playing golf?
I started a little later than probably most now these days. I started when I was 11, so you hear the guys starting playing at 2 years old these days.
I know.
So,
well, Nick Faldo started at 14, and then he was in his first Ryder Cup at 20.
Unreal, eh?
Yeah,
So,
6 years.
That's unreal. I actually didn't know that. So
it's
that's pretty cool. Yeah, and just loved it ever since I picked up the club. We live in George down south in South Africa, and it's a little bit of golfing heaven down there. So many golf courses, and it was almost a sin not to play golf. So just picked it up and never stopped.
Yeah, it's a beautiful part of the world.
It is.
And why do you love playing golf?
Listen, it's always great to do something. It is.
Why golf? Why not another sport? Why did you choose golf as a profession?
Listen, I think it was a tough one. I was pretty decent in a lot of sports in school. Field hockey, cricket, squash, golf, and my old man sat me down when I was 14 and said, you have to pick one, and he said he thinks golf, I can do it the longest probably if I look after myself and that sort of thing, and if I'm good at it, it can take me a long way, and so we stuck to it. It was pretty tough growing in South Africa, like growing up there, like in the UK, it's a lot of stuff for team sports, so you get to lose a lot of friends and a lot of stuff like that because it's, you go on your own and you do your thing, but now it's worked out. I've never looked back a day of my life.
Yeah, I would say it's worked out.
Right.
Yeah. And what about the social side of things you were saying here? How much does it benefit your mental health? Because golf is a sport for physical health, but also here, how does it help your brain?
It's great. We need weeks like this. I know the rounds are longer, but it's nice to come out here. You spend time with amateurs. You spend time with some proper business people as well.
Yeah.
And it's at the end of the day, you never know who you're going to meet and what doors are going to open for you as well. I've played in events like this where I've met a sponsor of mine, and you play and you become good friends, and there you go. We've gotten really close with Mr. Rupert and that, and we spent some time away from the golf as well, which is great. And it's just nice to come back to give back to his event as well and play for as much as he does to charities around the world.
Well, just before you go, we're about to actually speak to Peter Jones from Dragon's Den. I'm sure you know Peter. He's 7 foot tall and an incredibly successful businessman. I'm always trying to encourage more women to get into golf because so many business deals are done on the golf course. Can you just sort of highlighted there, you've profited from, you benefited, I should say, from those relationships. Having 5 hours on a golf course, how special is it with somebody who's a CEO of a company?
Oh, it's great. Listen, there's a different view from everything that you do in life. Golf is, people can learn so much from us, the way we do things, the way we practice, the way it mentally is draining, that sort of thing. And then you get to meet these guys and they've got a whole different view of life. They go through their own struggles, even at their level. But it's great. You get out here, you feel the same for once when you get out on the golf course. kind of all those things disappear, and they're going to all what you can do with a golf ball out there. So it's great to see, and it's great to spend time with them.
Oh, it really is. And I throughout my life, I've been fascinated by learning from other people on the golf course. Their strategies for life is very different to the way I approach things. So we're constantly learning, aren't we? It's great stuff. And finally, Branden, what is the essential that you take, because you travel everywhere, in your suitcase that you cannot leave at home? Is it a hairdryer? It won't be straighteners? Some chocolate? I don't know.
So for me, I've got a straightener. It's actually
a hair straightener.
Not a straightener, a steamer. Straightener. I'm losing my hair here, So I've got a steamer, which I actually say. I'm quite iffy on what I look like. I like to feel good and look good and that sort of thing. So
you do.
I've got a steamer.
Is this cashmere?
So it's a cashmere.
So
I've got a steamer.
Cashmere.
So there we go. I can do with a straightener. If I had the hair to take one, I would.
We might be able to supply you with one. Branden, thank you. You've been awesome, and good luck this week.
Thanks,
great stuff.
Thanks.
Thank you. Delighted to be here on the range with Brooks Koepka. Brooks, great to see you in Scotland. I know it's one of your favourite places in the world, and especially the old course. What is it about this place that makes you feel good?
I just love links golf. I think St. Andrews is probably one of the most creative spots you could play. I love, getting over a golf shot and seeing 7 different shots and trying to pick the right one. And, there really is no right one. It's just how you feel comfortable doing it. And I just think it changes from day to day with wind direction, hole locations, where you hit it. It's just never the same.
Yeah. Sunny today.
I know, it's nice.
Which we don't often get in Scotland. Well, sometimes it's brilliant sunshine, and sometimes it's really brutal, isn't it? So you got to adapt your game. But coming here, you played with your father on a previous occasion, and with your former caddy. What is it like playing with family members? Because your brother obviously plays to a really high standard as well.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's fun to get out with them and go hang with them, and sometimes they're on the outside of the ropes. Sometimes they get in, different events. But it's cool to get them in to kind of be in our world. I think it's different. They get a little peek into it. Plus, you get to relax a little bit and have fun and kind of let the guard down a little bit and have fun with them. I think that's the important thing this week, is just have fun with your partner and see how it goes.
We are promoting the game of golf on our podcast and wondering why everybody plays golf. Did your father introduce you to the game?
Yeah, my dad did. My dad was playing a lot when I was younger, and obviously watching him leave the house and go play was always something I wanted to do. So I went with him, just tagged along. He teed the ball up everywhere we went and just kind of hit it until he got tired of watching me and wanted to go hit his own shot. So it was him, and then there was another guy that coached me when I was young, Warren Botke, who's kind of been a tremendous influence on my life and why I play.
Yeah. What age did you start?
I started when I was young. I was like 4, maybe. I would go out with my dad. I was lucky enough he was able to let me go play, but it was fun. I enjoyed it, and obviously as you get older, you start to fall in love with the game and really enjoy being out there. And then it became a family thing, obviously, with my brother and all of us getting out there, so it was quite special.
How is your brother?
Yeah, he's good. He had surgery on his shoulder a couple of months ago, so he's rehabbing that, but hopefully be back out here soon.
Yeah. Is it really competitive when you guys play together?
Yeah, it is. There's been times where I think a couple of years ago I got so annoyed with him I didn't want to play with him for like 2 years, and I'm sure he's been annoyed with me and didn't want to play with me for like 2 years as well. So it's super competitive. My dad's competitive as well, so it's fun when we get all out there, a little trash talking and some fun.
I can relate. My mother introduced me to the game, and there were some times when I would just meet her on the green. I didn't really want to speak to her going down the fairway. But being here in Scotland, it's really fab to have you here. And Scotland, the home of golf, what is the one thing that you love the most about this place?
I just think, it's the home of golf. I think that's cool to come back with all the history here. But this is an event I love. I love links golf. I just think that's how golf should be played. And I don't get to play it enough, so anytime I get the chance to, I'm eager to get over here.
Yeah, nearly done with you, but just want to know that aspect of business out on the golf course. We just spoke to Branden Grace, and he said here at the Dunhill it's a very unique occasion because you have CEOs of companies that you're playing with. Can you learn from these guys, different strategies, different ways of being? Yeah,
to be honest with you, I feel like I pretty much know most of these guys just from being around long enough, playing at different clubs. You've got relationships with pretty much everybody out here. And it's fun to go kind of pick their brain. That's where most business gets done anyways, is on the golf course. You got somebody stealing for 4 or 5 hours, and you get to have fun with them.
Yeah, we're about to speak to Peter Jones from Dragon's Den, so we'll find out all about that. Finally, Brooks, what is the one essential thing that you take in your suitcase that you cannot leave behind, that you take to golf events?
Ooh.
Or if you go on holiday, wherever?
For me, What would it be?
A hairdryer? I keep saying that.
No, don't try that.
Any kind of food, maybe?
No, I don't.
Belts? I always forget belts.
No, I mean, I overpack like crazy.
Do you?
You'd be shocked.
Is it swelling?
Yes, I usually, like, for this week, I even brought 2 suitcases, so I would say there's probably a whole suitcase that doesn't get touched.
Gosh,
but I'm just like, I'm OCD about it. I gotta have this, that, the other thing, just in case. You never know.
You never know. I know. How many pairs of waterproofs have you got this week?
I've got just one pair of waterproofs. So
yeah,
but I'll dry them out if hopefully it doesn't rain.
Oh, good. So how are you feeling about your game?
Yeah, feel good.
Good.
I feel good. Yeah, everything's been really good. Just trending in the right direction, and then the off season, just try to get a little better.
Yeah, we're enjoying watching you on the Live Tour. Great stuff, and being here and part of the majors as well. Great stuff. Thanks so much for chatting to us. Great. The Why Golf podcast is brought to you by Skyscanner, the ultimate travel hack that searches billions of prices on flights, hotels, and cars, so you can feel confident you'll always find an amazing deal. Peter, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great. I mean, look at this. Blue sky in Scotland. This is a first for me.
Oh, it's normally raining, isn't it?
It's normally raining,
yeah.
And yet, this is going to be different. I don't know how to play now.
Well, no, you are a good guy. What's your handicap, by the way?
I'm 8, playing off 8.
Yeah.
So 8.7 officially.
Oh, good stuff. And you play in lots of days. You've just been at John Terry's Foundation Day.
On Monday, we raised nearly £250,000. It's crazy. It's so good.
Oh,
so happy.
We really do like to highlight, actually, the fact that lots of celebrities and the sportsmen do have these charity days and they give a lot back to the game, and that's what you do as well, because you have the Peter Jones Foundation charity golf day.
Yeah, we've have the golf day. We do all kinds of activities throughout the year. I started that in 2005. Next year is my 20th year.
Brilliant. Can I come actually next year?
I'd love you to come.
Because I always see it on Instagram and think I'd quite like to be there.
Oh,
so thank you. Yes, I'd love to play.
Next year's our 20th year, and we will have done 20 million to charity to kids. So
20 million.
20 million. We're just under 2 million short, but that's what our goal is next year. So our final sort of 20th year, we want to do 2 million in that year, and then we've hit the 20 million mark, which is just great.
That is brilliant. Love to hear those kind of stories. Peter, you are a very, very successful businessman. Tell us about the TV show that you're doing in America, because you obviously do Dragon's Den over here.
Yeah, I do Dragon's Den in the UK. That's my 20th year as well. Everything seems to be 20. Wow,
we're all getting
20.
Well, no, you're looking great in this light. You are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been going over as a guest shark on Shark Tank in America, which has been really different, actually. Yet, obviously, the same show, just called Shark Tank instead of Dragon's Den. But I love it. Absolutely love it. With a passion.
Yeah,
really
it's a good setup there, and it's some
Great
good
setup.
ideas.
Great ideas. They're a lot bigger as well. So they're coming in saying, I want sort of $2 million for 7% of my company.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
it's a lot more money. You're trying to sort of work really quickly in 20 minutes.
Have you made any really bad decisions? I don't think you have.
I have.
Have you? Oh,
I've made a few. Yeah.
What's the worst decision?
I didn't invest in Tangle Tees. That was not good.
Gosh, I need one this morning.
I know.
No.
Don't.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, my daughters, as soon as they said, "Oh, Dad, that's great. Did you invest?" I went, "No. I said it's just a brush." And they,
it's not just a brush.
It's not just a brush, Dad.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if you could, we would all make different decisions if we could turn back time. But you've made many, many good ones.
I've got Levi Roots, reggae sauce. Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows reggae sauce.
We do, yeah, we do. Well, I've got a bit of a pitch actually for you that I'm hoping to make millions with. Yeah, it's a little golf idea that the Y Golf team last night thought about. I mean, they're a very creative bunch, all of them, and over 15 glasses of wine. We decided to come up with some golf glasses that you put on, and it reads the yardage, the lay of the land, the terrain, and it knows your golf game. It's AI glasses inside out, and it tells you what golf club to play. Do you like that idea, Peter?
That is not. Do you know what? You might say that's a drunken idea. I like that idea.
Oh my gosh!
I think that's really quite good.
I'm thinking ROI in the first year of 2 million, maybe.
What's ROI?
Return on investment.
Come on.
Yes. Well, listen, I'm hanging around with CEOs and business people and yourself, and I need to know the terms. I need to be financially literate and AI literate.
Yes, and now, well, how much do you need for this business?
I need lots of money. I haven't got that far, so we'll get back to you. But if I have a proper proposal, I will come to you.
I think I'm in.
Great, because the tech is there. The tech is there.
Yeah, it is. I was talking only this morning. I did an interview with about Peter Millar and on golf for Golf Monthly, and they were saying about it. And they said, "What's the new tech?" And I said, "VR is going to be the next thing, where you're going to be able to sort of stand on the first, see your own shots, but you've just taken it one stage further.
Oh my God, I'm delighted. This is
impressed.
breaking news, and I'll be living on a desert island somewhere
Wow.
very, very soon.
I think you've just dropped the mic.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, Peter, come back. We've got one more minute with you. One more minute. Oh, that's so kind. Thank you. I want to know about business, though, on the golf course, because I'm always trying to encourage more women into the game and the benefits of being involved in business discussions on the golf course, where you get 5 hours with the head of a company, CEO of a company. What would you say to everybody out there who's thinking about taking up the game and combining sport and business?
I think and that's what's lovely about golf, is that there's two things. Getting into the sport, it is a little bit daunting because people think, do you know what, I don't really want to spend 4 or 5 hours walking around a golf course hitting a small ball into a hole. However, playing 9 holes, getting into the sort of spirit of it, but meeting people and networking from a business perspective is probably the greatest decision you can ever make, because you get a meeting with somebody for 5 or 10 minutes or even half an hour in their diary, that's tough.
Yeah.
You get the chance to pitch and talk to somebody for 4 hours. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity to mingle, network, and there's so many deals that are done on a golf course. I've done millions of deals.
Have you? I was going to ask.
Yeah, lots of them. And you get to know the person that you're going to go into business with. So
it's so true. You get to know their personality
you see
via
their
the game of golf.
Yeah. How do they play? Are they just throwing their clubs? Are they a bit dismissive? Or are they, if they're good people, you can just tell.
Yeah, brilliant. And who are you playing with this week?
I'm playing. Actually, I've got a great rotation. I've got Alan Lamb, the cricketer.
Lammy,
we all love Lammy.
Yeah.
I've got the Steve Redgrave, who is a really good friend of mine.
Great.
I'm playing with him, and got Piers Morgan.
Piers.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Who
is he a good friend?
He is a good friend.
Oh,
Actually,
great. Yeah.
We came up together, so it's going to be great.
Oh, amazing. And finally, Peter, what is the travel essential that you have to take in your suitcase wherever you go? Brooks Koepka takes extra clothing. He brought 2 suitcases. Branden Grace brought a steamer. What is yours that you can't leave?
Mine, I always make sure I bring 2 lots of razor blades, just in case one of the razor blades, they're a bit blunt. So I always bring 2 razor blades with me.
You've been amazing, and good luck this week.
Thank you so
much. And I'm going to get those glasses and make lots of money, hopefully.
Amazing.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks
Peter.
a lot.
Great.
No, love you. Thank you.
Now, before we go, let's make one trip back to the old course to see how some more of the pros are feeling before the tournament gets underway.
Here with Louis Oosthuizen, who won the Open Championship here at the Old Course back in 2010. My goodness, the years go by so quickly, Louis. Great to see you here. Do you still get the same feeling coming back here?
Yeah, I think every time you come to St Andrews, you got a great feeling. I mean, obviously playing the Open here, with everything going on, the town has got a much different vibe. But this week is always special. I think it's my 15th appearance. I got my 15-year tie last night, which is nice. And
what does it look like?
No, it's a Dunhill Links tie with all the stripes on how many years you played. So that was quite special to get. And playing with Johan this week, it's always extra bit special, and we have a lot of fun.
Great stuff. I spoke to Branden Grace this morning, and we're talking about travel essentials, something that you put in your suitcase that you cannot live without. And his was a steamer, actually. He always takes a steamer around, and he likes his cashmere.
Branden is very
particular
on his clothes. He always looks very good. And I've had in the past where he forgot his steamer, and then I had one in my bag, so he had to borrow it from me.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's something I think most of the guys probably travel with, I think.
No, they're great, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're really good.
It's easy for in the room, but that's. Well, I think if it comes to golf clubs and stuff packing, I'll make sure I've got the right putter in my bag, because when I'm at home, you always have putters and you're trying and things, so I make sure I got the right one in my bag.
Oh, absolutely. It's key, isn't it? It's awful if you forget something. You're no, and you can't buy something.
Especially something you
like
can't replace, like a club
totally.
that you really like.
Yeah. Louis, on our podcast, we like to promote the game and try and influence as many people as possible to get into it. When did you start playing golf?
I was 10 years old. We were actually a tennis family. I was doing really good in tennis at that stage, and then just picked up the club because my brother played. He's 6 years older than me. He played a bit of golf and picked up his clubs and started hitting it nicely. And he convinced my dad to get me golf clubs, and never really looked back.
No, just kept practicing. And did you play a lot with your brother, or did you do?
Yeah, he was obviously older than me, so he was out of school when I started playing really well, and then now when we go back, we still try and play now and then golf. He's a farmer, so he doesn't really get a lot of time to play, but he also enjoys it when we play.
You like a farm, don't you? The farm environment.
Yeah, no, farm boy.
Yeah, feel good there. In terms of your schedule and your career right now, playing on the Live Tour, spoke to Brandon about it. He said it's still pretty hectic, but he's really enjoying it. And he's really enjoying that team environment because you're on his team.
Yeah, no, it's the team. I've said it a bunch of times that golf doesn't have enough, well, professional golf doesn't have enough team games. You only have the Ryder Cup, President's Cup. So that was one of the big moves for me, to be part of something different, and being part of those three guys in a team, good friends. Me and Charles grew up playing golf together, and yeah, it's exciting again. I found a second love for the game with traveling around the world again, like I used to way back in the day, and seeing a lot of different places and really having fun.
Yeah, that's great. Really great to hear. And you guys are such good mates, and that community spirit. We always talk about the friendships that are created through communities of golf, and you've got that super special one there.
Yeah, I mean, Michelle and Brandon's really close, and then I got to know Dean in the last 2-3 years really well, and what a great person off the golf course as well, and great family, and it's just we're basically just a big happy family together.
Oh, great to hear, and we really do wish you the best of luck this week. Just finally, Louis, can you do a Scottish accent?
No, mate.
Oh. That was brilliant.
Was it?
Well,
I wasn't sure if that was Australian.
It was slightly Australian.
That was Australian. Living in Scotland
yes,
for a
it
while.
was. What did you say?
I don't know.
No, I can't remember.
No,
but
mate.
it was.
Mate's more Australian.
Mate was Australian.
Mate.
What about a wee bit of haggis? A wee bit of haggis.
A wee bit of haggis.
Very good, Louis. On that note, we will leave it there. You are a good sport. Well done. That is all from the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship. We've had a brilliant time over the last 2 days. Do not forget to check us out on Instagram and YouTube as well, all our social channels. We will be back in a couple of weeks' time. From all of us from Why Golf, we'll see you soon.